Now let's talk about the contributing color pigment chart, because now we're going to take the natural color that we spoke about already. We're going to talk about levels just for a second, and then we're going to talk about the contributing color pigment. And this chart, with this chart, and all of you guys have seen this chart. You have some version of it, rather say a version that you got from me from when I gave you my, sold you my books, or you have my books or whatever, or maybe you don't have my books, but you definitely have seen this chart somewhere along in your education. And what this chart basically says is this. It basically says, look, if you're working on level 3 dark brown hair, when you start to lighten that hair, you're going to pull some strong dark red orange tone. If you go to level 6, natural dark blonde person, when you start to lighten that hair, you're going to pull a gold orange tone. If you're working on level 8, you're going to pull a dark yellow. So whatever natural level you're starting with, you have to expect to be able to combat this color that you're going to get when this hair starts to get lightened, okay? And the rule of thumb here to remember, guys, is this, is that every time, anytime you put an oxidative tint on the hair, you're gonna get some warmth, okay? Every time, no matter who's doing it, no matter what color you put on. So anytime you put an oxidative tint on any of these levels, you're gonna start pulling warm colors. So part of our job, if you're trying to make, for example, an ash blonde, for example, you wanna combat the yellow. If you want to make a dark ash brown, you got to combat this strong dark red, okay? However, it works in reverse if you want to make a redhead. If you want to make somebody, for example, that's a light brown or medium brown or dark brown or redhead, this is great because she's going to give you a lot of red. So in my course in talking about redheads, I always say you need 2 components to make a good redhead. You need your dye in the tube, the hair color tube itself. You need your hair dye, of course. And you need her red, which is this right here, giving you the red. So you need the red from her hair color naturally, and you need the red in the tube combined to give you a good long-lasting redhead. The problem comes in when you're not trying to make a redhead, or you're not trying to make a brassy blonde, and you got to combat now the red or combat the gold. Now, a little bit later, I'm going to talk about a color formulation, so I'll get a little bit deeper into this. But for now, this is what we need to know, is that anytime you start lightening hair, we're going to pull some gold or some red. So we have to be prepared for that. All right, so this is called the contributing color pigment chart. And again, I will come back to a chart like this and go into more depth in a few minutes. Okay, so let's get back to this chart again. What I said to you earlier was this, was that this is the natural color. And when you start lightening the natural color, this is what you're going to get. Now this is, you're welcome, Sherry. This is called contributing color pigment. So every time you lighten this hair color, this is what you're going to get. And this holds true no matter what manufacturer you use, because this is just a natural law of color. We all know that. The problem comes in, guys, when manufacturers tell us that with their color line, you can get up to 5 levels of lift. Now, we've all heard that. We've all heard the say we can get up to 5 levels of lift. So that means, in theory, that if a customer comes in to you and she's a level 4, for example, medium brown, right here, okay? She's a level 4. And she shows you a picture, a photograph that she got out of a magazine of a beautiful blonde, and she says, oh, can you make me this color? I want to be this color. Well, you know, a person just learning color may say, well, you know, the color looks like this, like a level 9, for example. And that means that when my manufacturer says to me that if I use whatever this color, this light color blonde, along with 40 volume developer, because I want to get the 5 levels of lift, right, that I should be able to take her from a level 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make her a very light natural blonde with a single process color. And guys, can you do that? If you think you can, give me a yes. If you think you can't, give me a no. Can you make a level 4 hair color and you mix out 40 volume peroxide like your manufacturers tell you and make them a light blonde and a single process color? Can you do that? No, 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 no. Everybody's saying no. Yep, everybody's saying no. Okay, okay, great. Well, very good. So we all know that. But yet, we've all been told that, haven't we? That's what we've been taught, right? She's going to be pretty orange. You're going to be pretty orange, exactly. Because there's no way that you're going to take somebody's level 4 and make her a single process blonde, even if you use 40 volume developer. That is not going to work, okay? So what I want to do is tell you this. And those of you who have my books, you've already learned this, but just bear with me because I want to really hammer this point home, okay? That's why I say that a lot of manufacturers have made hair color very confusing for all of us. So what I want to say is this. Remember earlier in this class, I said more important than level of peroxide. Forget about level of peroxide. What is the texture of the hair? Is it fine? Is it medium? Is it coarse? That's more important. So what I want to do is introduce a concept to you that I call texture bars. Okay? Texture bars are based on this law. Fine hair will always be more reactive. Fine hair will always react faster and more extreme to hair color than coarse hair. So texture bars, in my opinion, are a great idea. So is the hair fine? Is the hair medium? Is the hair coarse? So what I want to do is to take this little block here of fine, medium, coarse and superimpose it onto the chart we just saw a few minutes ago. Remember, we just saw this chart. So we're going to take each one of these little blocks here, and I'm going to subdivide them into 3 sections: fine, medium, or coarse. We have fine, medium, coarse, fine, medium, coarse, fine, medium, coarse. All right? So, and this you won't actually find in volume 1 of my books, but you will find in volume 2. I talk about this a lot. Okay? So here we go. Let's take our scenario again. That lady comes in, she's a level 4 medium brown. She wants to be a level 9 blonde, okay? And your manufacturer says you can get 5 levels of lift. So in theory, you should be able to use the 40 volume and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrong. She is not going up there. So let me show you what you will get. She's a level 4. So my next question to you is, she's a level 4, but what texture is she? Is she a fine, or is she medium, or is she coarse? So let's come over here. Let's pretend like she has medium. Let's just say, for example, she has medium texture hair. So she's 4 medium right there. That puts her right there. Okay? I don't know why that's not your visible. Oh, there you go. Okay, she's 4 medium. Let me move you out of the way here. All right, very good. You see my cursor. Okay. All right, she's 4 medium. So now what I'm saying to you is, instead of lifting her up 5 levels on the level system chart here, go and find her texture bar and go up 5 levels on the texture bar. And if you use 40 volume on her, you're going to go 1, 2, okay, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's where she's going to be, guys. Orange. She's going to be an orange head. She's going to be a screaming orange head sitting in your chair if you use a level 4, if you got a level 4 client and mix it 40 volume developer. You are not going to make her a single process blonde. And that's a big aha moment for a lot of people, I know, because this is why color is so confusing. You will not get that, all right? So because you will not get that, I mean, it's just a reality of color, and I don't know why manufacturers continue to teach it, in my opinion, the old-fashioned way, but here's the deal. And I've built a whole reputation on teaching people how to mix color the right way. But here's the next question. Here's the next thing I want to teach you. Here's this. In my opinion, when you're working on single process color and you're lightening hair, unless you want to make a redhead, you never want to lift the color more than 2 levels. All right? You never want to lift the color more than 2 levels. Because anytime you lift the color more than 2 levels, you are losing control of the color pigment. You got that, guys? You're losing control. In other words, if you take somebody who's level 4, you mix it with 20 volume developer, you can make her a 5 or a 6, you're fine, no problem. You still have enough pigmentation in that tube of color to subdue the unwanted warm tone that you're going to get during the oxidation process. But if you take somebody who's level 4 and you try to make her level 8, you're going to get orange head, or you're going to get orange head, or you're going to get brassy hair, okay? You cannot lift her more than 2 levels. Now, my only caveat to this, what I just taught you here, is that you could lift her higher than 2 levels if you want to make a redhead. Because if you want to make a redhead, like a 4 to a 6 or a 7, you could make her a redhead because you're going to get red, okay? So if you want to make her a redhead, you can go a little bit lighter because then you want the red. You want the red contributing to your overall color pigment. But you do not want to do it if you're trying to make her a blonde because she's going to be brassy, or if you're working a brunette because she's going to be orange, okay? So that is a big aha moment. I could spend an hour just talking on this one chart, okay, which I will in my next seminar spend a lot of time because we really go into great detail in my book, Volume 2, how hair color really works. That's my seminar for next week, by the way. That's my webinar for next week, and I'm going to dissect this even further and even deeper.